Karmelo Anthony is cooked, bro. Them white folks about to fry him, man. It's over.
The Frisco 18-year-old accused of stabbing and killing another student at a track meet was indicted today for first-degree murder. Karmelo Anthony is accused of killing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf in the stadium stands during the April meet. Anthony was 17 at the time and has been charged as an adult. Fox 4's Amelia Jones has more tonight. Amelia.
Steve, the indictment is the natural next step in any criminal case, and it paves the way for the case to move closer to a potential trial. The Collin County DA's office and Karmelo Anthony's defense attorney released video statements about the indictment. Both shared that they will be ready to present their case in court when the time comes. Tuesday, a Collin County grand jury indicted 18-year-old Karmelo Anthony for first-degree murder.
Before we get this video started, if you want to learn how I made $142,000 from YouTube this month, join my community by clicking the link in the description. That's where I give you guys all the tools to grow on YouTube and make money, as well as offer you guys the opportunity to make videos with me, to do joint videos, joint reactions that get posted on both of our channels. I also promote your videos on my social media pages. Don't you want to work with me? Like, click the link in my description to join my community. Let's get started. Let's grind. Let's make money together.
He's accused of stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf at a Frisco ISD track meet earlier this year. Anthony was 17 at the time of the stabbing, and he's being tried as an adult. The Collin County District Attorney's Office released a rare video statement about the indictment.
When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. But let's remember that the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and principle. That's what we're committed to, and that's what this case deserves.
Anthony's defense attorney also put out a video statement reiterating Anthony's claims that he acted in self-defense.
We expect that when the full story is heard, the prosecution will not be able to rule out the reasonable doubt that Karmelo Anthony may have acted in self-defense.
I don't know if a plea deal was ever offered to Karmelo Anthony. I don't know if they ever told him, hey, man, 20 on the table, take 20, do your time and come out at the age of 37 years old. I don't know. Maybe that was on the table. But if Karmelo Anthony rejected a plea deal, it would be the biggest mistake of his life. He just got too much stacked up against him, man. This is day one of trial. Day one. And they already on some nonsense, bruh. Now, jury selection took place. They promised this man a jury of his peers. And guess how many black folks is on the jury?
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. Within the last hour, a jury has been chosen to decide the closely watched murder trial of Karmelo Anthony.
More than 500 people were on the list of potential jurors, but the jury will not include anyone who is black, despite this case being racially charged. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us now. Alex.
Hey guys, good evening. That's right. You know, and I can tell you that a court spokesperson confirmed that there are indeed no black jurors on this panel. And I can tell you that before this jury panel was seated, the defense objected to 3 black women being struck by the prosecution. Now, the prosecution contended that it was due to the fact that the women were educators, noting that this incident happened at a school function with young students. The defense then pointed out that those were three of those were 100% of the available black jurors in what's called the strike zone, adding that the state struck all 3.
If the case is so open and shut, why not just give him a fair shot? Why not give him some black jurors? Give him a jury of his peers. But no black jurors on the jury, really? And the people they struck, I'm so confused. Yo, who's more capable of being a jury in this case than educators? Than people like who understand like the school dynamics, understand what's going on. They understand the full context of what both Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf will be going through.
The judge went out and reviewed their questionnaires and came back and said that the defense's challenge to the 3 jurors being dismissed was denied. The judge said the court found that the state had non-racial means to strike the jurors. Now, background, Karmelo Anthony, 17 at the time, is accused of fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf last year at a Frisco ISD track meet. Anthony was reportedly sitting under a tent for a school that he did not attend. Witnesses say the two got into an argument and Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest. Metcalf died in his twin brother's arms. Police said that Anthony told them he acted in self-defense. Now, this case has become racially charged, fueled in large part by online speculation, rumors, and misinformation. On Wednesday, attorneys for both sides got an hour and 45 minutes to question the reduced poll of these potential jurors. They were questioned on their views on a variety of topics, including race, how they felt about serving on this case, and if they would hold it against the defendant if he chose not to testify on his own behalf. The defense also tried to gauge if the potential jurors would be uncomfortable giving Anthony a lower sentence if there is a guilty verdict.
We don't want it this way, but this case is divided across racial lines. It just is. And if race didn't matter, the prosecutors wouldn't be asking, their opinions on certain racial issues during the jury selection. Of course it is. They didn't disqualify those 3 black educators because they may be biased against Karmelo Anthony. That's absurd. No, they did it because they were black and they felt like them being black would help Karmelo Anthony. Straight up. It's simple as that. But if the kid is as guilty as they say, why try to railroad him? That's what I don't understand. And they even put in that disclaimer, there may be some other minority. Man, listen, man, ain't no minority like a black person. I'm just right. No minority rise with black people like black people rise with black people. And I'm not even saying he's 100% innocent. Now, I know the circumstances of the case. It was pouring rain outside. He didn't go to the track meet looking for a fight. It wasn't premeditated. It was pouring rain outside. He simply went under the nearest tent until the rain stopped coming down. Most normal people will go inside the tent, see somebody in the tent while it's pouring rain outside, and they'll say, hey, man, what's your name, bro? Hey, dope, man. I'm Austin Karmelo. I'll get back. Right? That's how me and my guys would do it. I see a kid under the tent while it's pouring rain outside. I'm not kicking the kid out in the rain. That's crazy. I don't think this case is as clear-cut as it is. If it was clear-cut, we wouldn't see the maneuvers they're maneuvering right now, bruh, right, to railroad this kid. It's just not as clear-cut, man. Karmelo Anthony is 5'6", 130, 40 pounds. He was like a little track star football player. Austin Metcalf is about 6'2", 240. The kid might, my life is in danger. This dude put his hands on me. Now, I gave him several warnings. Hey, don't touch me. Hey, don't touch me. Hey, don't put your hands on me. Several times. And the dude put his hands on Karmelo Anthony. The kid might have felt like, bruh, I can't do nothing with no 6'2", 240-pound linebacker. I'm 5'6", 130. What you expect me to do to defend myself? I gotta use a weapon. Now, it's one thing if he had a gun. That's one thing. But a knife, you can't really say he aimed to kill the person. He swung it to get him off him. Who knows?
Now, this high-profile case continues to draw supporters and spectators to the Collin County Courthouse. We saw another group of folks demonstrating at the entrance of the courthouse this afternoon. We expect that to continue throughout the trial, which the judge hopes to have wrapped up by the end of next week. Now, I can tell you that 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony was in court today for the proceedings. He was wearing a suit with a tie and a purple shirt, which is also the color many of his supporters have been wearing. He did take some notes during the proceedings. I can also tell you that there does appear to be some minorities on this jury panel. Again, however, none of them are African American. Opening statements begin tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Now, apparently the demographic in their county is 0.2% black, 16% Indian, 20% Hispanic, 50-something% white. So the minorities that are included more than likely are probably Hispanic and Indian. And with a black man being on trial, that might as well be white. Hey, man, listen, bro. And that applies to Hispanics, too. If a Hispanic man is on trial and you say he's represented because there's a black guy on the panel, he going to tell you might as well bring an all-white panel, bro, because that's no representation. I'm a Hispanic guy. I'm a Mexican man. What would an Indian guy or a black guy being on this jury box means for me? Absolutely nothing at all. Right? They're not more prone to vote not guilty. No, they don't know me, right? You have to have representation. Now, here's the thing, okay? I heard Megyn Kelly and a bunch of these people speak on this situation. And you could tell from their tone, this is personal form. This is personal, bruh. Personal. They're damn near celebrating the fact that there's no black people on the jury because according to Megyn Kelly, right, if there were black people on this jury, it will be another OJ situation.
The particular jurisdiction where this is going to be held, Collin County, 2024 election results, interestingly, went 54% for Trump, 43% for Harris. It's 54% white. It's 0.7% black, 16% Hispanic or Latino, 18% Indian, it says. I don't know if they mean Asian or American, but it's predominantly white. And so, you're probably going to have a jury that reflects that general makeup. Not sure exactly how that will play, but certainly should play better than the OJ trial played in Los Angeles for, a jury that was predominantly minority and had a grudge against the cops. Phil mentions the thing about provoking, Ashley. The thing is, Karmelo Anthony could argue that he was provoked potentially by Austin putting hands on him. Number one, Phil's right. The force you use after somebody lays hands on you cannot be disproportionate. Deadly force cannot be used just because somebody places hands on you. Even if it's a push or a shove or like a try to pushing you out of the tent, that's not going to work.
You see what I mean when I say it just sounds personal? It just sounds personal, right? They're bringing up this OJ situation saying, hey, bruh, y'all better not put no black folks on this jury. Now, this is before they even knew that there was a black person being put on a jury. They said, hey, y'all better not. Y'all see what happened with OJ got off because them black folks had a problem with them white cops. That's why they let OJ off. Don't put no black folks on this jury. I don't think black people would hit a jury box, see somebody who was clearly guilty of murder, and then voted not guilty. I think black people will only vote not guilty if they truly believe Karmelo Anthony is not guilty, right? And they keep on bringing up reasonable force. I don't understand. What is the reasonable force here? This is a 5'6", 5'7", 130, 140-pound kid who got into a physical altercation with a 6'2" kid who's like 240 pounds. What should he have done?
But even let's say he's going to say, I thought he had a weapon or something like that. If you provoked him into laying those hands on you, you can't win on a self-defense defense.
Right. It's going to be a very difficult case for the defense. I think we have a little bit of a hint as to what they're going to argue in some of the statements. He hasn't made a lot of statements, but the defense lawyer did make a statement that I've looked at a couple times. He said something about the state's not going to be able to disprove beyond a reasonable doubt that this was self-defense. So I think even he has recognized that this isn't what we would call a perfect self-defense. It's a very messy self-defense, but I think he's going to put it up anyway. And honestly, I don't think he has a lot of other options other than for him to, present this to the prosecution and plea for mercy, which is what he should have done because he murdered this kid. I mean, he definitely murdered this poor child who should be graduating high school and getting ready to go off to college, should be enjoying his last summer before college. And instead, his parents are mourning his loss. I mean, it is murder. And I don't think a jury is going to cut him any sympathy. The fact that he walked up to this tent where, you got to think about the situation. It's a track meet where there's lots of different tents. Everybody is there under their own school's tent. We look at it through a race lens, but these are events where you don't really go up to, your opponent and go and hang out with them. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't go the other
you say, get out.
Right. That's not racial.
Try going to a Giants game and sitting on the wrong side. This happens at every sporting event.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. It's like you're going in the locker room of your opponent and being like, hey, let's hang out. What do you expect? And so, if this guy laid hands on him, laying hands on him does not mean that this kid was in reasonable fear of an immediate bodily injury, a serious bodily injury. You can't just be scared that you're going to get pushed. You have to be scared that you're going to die or you're literally going to lose your limbs or something super, super significant. And,
the difference between this and the Chud case? Chud walked up to somebody. Chud walked up to somebody, antagonized them, and then shot them. In this case, Karmelo didn't really antagonize anybody. He was in the tent, minding his business, trying to stay dry. Austin Metcalf came into the tent, told him, you gotta go. Karmelo said, I'm not going nowhere. Austin Metcalf put his hands on Karmelo, and Karmelo stabbed him. I'm not saying stabbing is a justified reaction to having hands put on you. I'm just saying, for us to call this kid a cold-blooded, premeditated murder is not that. It's just not that. This is not a cold-blooded, premeditated murder. He didn't go to the track meet looking to kill somebody that day. He got hands put on him, and he reacted to hands being put on him. I don't think this kid is a monster by far, no. And I feel like with the right jury, he'll probably get off, right? Put like 2 or 3 or 4 black folks on that jury and tell them, hey, this kid put hands on this kid who's a 5'6" black kid. He put hands on him and tried to drag him out the tent. Man, bro, black folks, hey, bro, not guilty. What, man? We heard enough. Man, not guilty. So I don't know, bro. Y'all let me know in the situation, man. For me, I've heard the facts of the case. I don't really think that there will be much that would change my mind about this case. My opinion on this case is simple, man. I think Karmelo Anthony should probably got in charge with something lesser, like I don't know, like like a manslaughter probably, right? Like unintentional homicide, like I don't know, because I don't feel like he meant to kill this dude, right? He swung a knife at him after hands being put on him. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys feel about this, man? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here or here or here or here, somewhere on my screen, to find out why exactly Chud the Builder and his team was begging, crying, and having a meltdown today after the judge handed down a devastating decision. I'm going to see you guys in this Chud the Builder video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.